5 teenage convicts taking revenge in courtroom. Hey guys, have you ever seen a girl cursing a judge for sentencing her with bail to later apologizing for her action? Today, we're gonna see some similar events that took place at court. So let's get into it. 1. TJ Lane. He was sentenced for the murder of 3 people without consciousness. On 27 February 2012, he opened fire at 6 people, resulting in the death of 3. The incident occurred at Chardon High School in Chardon, Ohio, and the suspect was TJ Lane. He was then a 17-year-old teenager and the former student of Chardon High School. The police arrested him near the car parked outside his school and was charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder and 2 counts of attempted aggravated murder and a count of attempted crime. A month later, he was given 3 life sentences without any parole by claiming he was an adult. As soon as TJ entered the court, he sat beside his lawyer and started unbuttoning his shirt without hearing the advice of the lawyer. Do you want to know what was written on the t-shirt inside? It was written, "Killer." Now you have understood the behavior of TJ and his conscious act. He even showed the middle finger when he was asked for a final statement to the victims' families. The lawyer asked if he had anything else to say, and TJ gave a strange look to the lawyer and said that's all he had to say. Now TJ had to listen to what the victim's family had to say. One of the victim's mothers said to the entire court that she hated TJ for the pain he had caused, and the last bullet that he shot made her son paralyzed. You can see TJ smiling while she says these. Others were also throwing memories of their son with a broken heart. One of them said the murderer was never going to be in a position that her son would be, and TJ doesn't even deserve to breathe. One of their fathers said he lost his child, and the murderer should never be doing this to anyone again.
To hear and to see its effect on the families. I mean, I don't think anyone could say anything different.
He was imprisoned, but after a year, he escaped by climbing the fence along with 2 others. The police assured that the case will be seriously taken forward, and there will be a strong investigation from their side. Within a few days, the police reported to the media that TJ was back in custody again. 2. Shondell Jackson. Milwaukee County Courthouse represents the murderer Shondell Jackson for the homicide of a university student. Jackson, along with his friend, was looking for victims and soon found Potter leaving the bar. Nathan Potter was a 21-year-old university student at Milwaukee University. The murderers chased him and accosted him, and then demanded money from him. When they identified that Jackson was cashless, they shot him dead. Jackson's uncle had a clue on his whereabouts, and soon Jackson was arrested.
I saw it on the news, I even cried. I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine what that mother is going through. I never had a clue that my child had anything to do with it. My son is not a monster.
On the court, Jackson's behavior was very weird. He was making bad gestures at the victim's family, and when leaving the courtroom, he gave them a wild smile. Jackson was then taken to the court for sentencing, where his mother was present. She first said she heard about the incident from television and felt bad about it, and even shared the feelings of the victim's mothers.
Apologize for my behaviors. Please don't take my life from me.
She can't imagine her son attempted murder and strongly believes that Jackson is not a monster, and she apologized for what her son had done. The court sentenced him with 3 years of imprisonment without any parole, but he burst out.
Possibility for extended supervision. I know that that is something that is reserved for the moment.
Everyone was trying to take him under control, and we could hear one of his family screaming. She cursed the victim's family for his situation. His friend pleaded to the court and was given a 12-year imprisonment. 3. Nicholas Lindsay. What will you do if you encounter a cold-blooded murderer? Nicholas Lindsay, a teenage murderer, was scratching his elbow and not paying attention to his fate. Finally, he realized the situation and started smiling when the final verdict was delivered. He was sentenced for killing a cop. The cop was called to a house by the residents, and Nicholas was hiding in the backyard with a brick in his hand. Seems like he was about to have a robbery and was surprisingly caught by the police. The cop was about to get a notepad from his pants, which the teen might have mistaken for a gun. Nicholas grabbed a gun and pointed at the cop's belly and opened 3 rounds of fire. The police were suspecting the gun was thrown on Booker Creek near Tropicana Field. A family member commented on his sentence as, "Justice was finally served, and everything was over," and she finally realized that Nicholas was an animal.
Trying to help you.
This is our point.
You need to talk to us.
Nicholas didn't get any kind of support from his family members. Even his mother was not bothered by the court's decision, probably because Nicholas was a problematic child throughout his life. He was even involved in a series of crimes like theft and trespassing. The behavior of Nicholas proved him to be a psychopath and was cunning enough to hide his emotions and express another one. 4. Dante Wright. On October 4, 2016, a person named Jordan Klee was found dead on a pathway. 3 teens have been charged in the case, and Wright was one of them. The reason behind the murder is terrifying. It was an attempt to steal his clothes and shoes. 3 teens have laid a trap for Jordan Klee, and at the moment tried to steal his items. Since Jordan was a strong athlete, he resisted, and that provoked Wright to shoot Jordan at the back of the head and caused his death. A statement written by Jordan's mother is read in the trial court. Look how he reacted to that. He was smirking and smiling. The mother's statement was so painful. It ended like this: "I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life." It's time for Dante's statement. Can you assume what he would have said? This is what he said.
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon. R.I.P. Keon, I love my family.
I just want to tell y'all I'll be home soon. I love my family. If he loved his family that much, he would not have committed this cruelty. However, his actions backfired on him. The judge scorned the defendant's actions in court and almost pulled his entire plea deal. The judge's reaction was this:
"But watching you sit there, smile and laugh and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there." That's what I'm tempted to do.
Watching you sit there, smile, laugh, and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept the sentence agreement. We'll go to trial. And if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. Dante's defense lawyer tried to convince the judge by saying that the reactions were not supposed to be offensive. His useless claim was this: his smiling was in no way meant as disrespectful, either to the family, to the victim, or to this court. It's a good thing that Dante received a 25 to 52-year sentence, but someone with this little guilt is sure to strike again if given the opportunity. 5. Jackson Shondell. On September 5, 2009, Nathan Potter, a 21-year-old college student at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, was shot and killed by Shondell Jackson, a 19-year-old convicted felon. During a robbery attempt near his apartment, Jackson and his friend Derek J. Thompson, 20, had been lurking around the neighborhood looking for victims. They followed Potter after he left a bar and demanded money from him. When Potter said he had none, Jackson shot him in the chest and fled with Thomas Jackson, and Thomas then boarded a bus to Mississippi with the help of Jackson's family. Jackson's uncle Gerald Hawkins later tipped off the police about their whereabouts, and they were arrested. During his interrogation, Jackson repeatedly referred to Potter as the little white boy and showed no remorse for his actions. He also claimed that he was having fun when he shot Potter. Jackson was charged with felony murder and faced life imprisonment without parole. Thomas was charged as an accomplice and faced up to 35 years in prison. During his trial, Jackson acted unconcerned and disrespectful towards Potter's family. He mouthed obscenities and smirked at them as he was escorted out of the court. With this, we are coming to the end of the video. Share in the comments which among the murderers shocked you, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!